Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with the HREBA show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on the HREBA show, we bring experts in the respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for the HREBA show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with the HREBA show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on the HREBA show, we bring experts in the respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for the HREBA show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Live from Fishbowl Radio Network at Globe Life Park, Arlington, Texas, the American Dream City. My name is Leticia Gallegos. I'm president and CEO of the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association. And co-hosting with me today,
It's Sal Villalobos.
thanks for being here, Sal.
Thanks for having me.
We have some great information for you today, listeners. We have with us in studio representatives from the Housing Channel. The Housing Channel is a leading housing nonprofit organization in North Texas. They're located in Fort Worth, Texas. And so we have Jesse Perez and Audrey Rodriguez here with us. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having us, Leticia and Salvador.
Yes.
you.
So we're so glad you're here. You have some great information to share. And if you all are not familiar with Housing Channel, Jesse, why don't you just tell us a little bit about Housing Channel, the organization?
Okay, well, Housing Channel is primarily it could be a one-stop shop for many individuals, starting with the education that goes behind not only financial wellness, but also understanding the process of what it is to buy a home, going over topics such as like sustainability is a big thing, which we'll talk about here shortly. So when you go into a home, you're in for it for the long run. And we also provide information regarding down payment assistance that's available for many individuals. It's kind of like one of the best kept secrets out there. It's definitely achievable for many people, but not a lot of people know about it. It's kind of held its mystical place now in society, right? Down payment assistance.
Tell me how long they've been around.
Housing Channel since the early 90s. So it's not like we've been just opened up recently. So we've been around, and Don, which is our president, always says we are definitely the best kept secret. So I'm glad to be on the radio to try to get the word out about the organization. But other than that, we also have developments that they're for sale, and typically for any first-time home buyer or just anybody buying a house. But we'd like to gear it for first-time home buyers. We'd love to see that transition from people go from renting to being homeowners. So we definitely encourage that transition.
All right, and we'll go into detail to a lot of the programs that you have, the great programs that you have. I personally, as a realtor, have been involved with Housing Channel for my clients for many, many years, and it's a great organization. It's a great program, and so it's definitely, listeners, you want to listen because there is assistance available for first-time home buyers, and it is available to you as you prepare for home ownership. So at the show, Sal, we've had guests come in from the city of Arlington to again, we're still in the middle of COVID, and we are happy that you're in studio with us. Usually we have a Zoom call.
Right. And
so
all the technical challenges that come with it.
And all the technical challenges that come with it. So we're happy that you're here. And of course we're being safe and distant. But so we've had representatives from City of Arlington come in and kind of brief us on the rental assistance programs, the grants that they received. So tell us what you know, a little bit about what you know about those assistance, because we're in the middle of COVID. We have listeners that are preparing for home ownership, but at the same time we have tenants that are renting, and so. And they maybe have lost their job, and like you say, Sal, they
possibly a death of a wage earner that helps pay for the mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah, things that happen, and they're not able to pay their rent. So tell me a little bit about what you know about the assistance programs out there.
Okay, for what I know is, well, first off, I'm really grateful that the CARES Act was passed, and there's funds available to help people in need. I think we're always thinking progressively, right? Buy a house, and what can we do to make more homeowners? But then, as part of an organization and not for profit, we have to be responsible for the whole community, and a part of that is helping people who cannot pay their rent, for example. So, so for everybody listening, hopefully, it's not too many, but if you find yourself in a position where, paying your rent is something that, because of COVID-19, has become something difficult for you to do, there is some help that may be available to you. So the CARES Act was passed, and if let's see, how do I simplify this? So, okay, if you're in Arlington, for example, there is going to be income limits if you can qualify. And then, of course, to qualify for the assistance with rent, there has to be documented proof that it is as a direct result of any COVID-19 related loss of job or reduction of income. I know for a lot of people who work in the restaurant industry, that's a big thing. Or like you mentioned, Sal, a death in the family due to COVID. That's, this is a serious thing, and there is that situation that is happening. So for any income reduction or elimination due to COVID-19, and you're finding a hard time paying your rent, or you may not be able to, you can reach out to Housing Channel for one. Telephone number is 817-924-5091. We're helping with the application process. Or if you're in Fort Worth or Tarrant County, except for Arlington, so everything except Arlington for right now can be directed to us or the city of Fort Worth. And if you are a resident of Arlington, then you would have to go to the Arlington Housing Authority website, and then they have their application process and information on the website. So I want everybody to just understand that you're not alone. We're all here. I think we're all sticking together as a community, as a country, not just by wearing masks, but really just being there to pass this legislation to help people out, because it's not just about moving forward, it's about taking care of our people. So just remember, if you're in Tarrant County or Fort Worth, you can reach out to Housing Channel, 817-924-5091, or you can reach out, go to the City of Fort Worth, city website. I'll go over the whole website. It's fortworthtexas.gov/COVID-19/ Fort Worth Cares, or you can call their telephone line at 817-392-5720.
All right.
Jesse, is there a cost for the Housing Channel or any of the other agencies to help these our residents that are renters that need assistance?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No. How would that look? Really? So we're going to charge?
Well, I mean, some people do. Some of our listeners may feel that there may be a charge associated with it, because there are individuals that will charge to do so.
Yeah, that's true. Not only there is no charge, but also even for any Housing Channel related services, people think, wow, to speak with the counselor, it's free. Like, yeah, it's absolutely free. For the renter stuff, it's free. So yeah, there's definitely no charge for that.
That's
absolutely
good.
not.
That's why I love the Housing Channel.
Yeah.
All right. So if you just tuned in, listeners, we're talking about Housing Channel's programs and the rental assistance program right now. We have Jesse Perez with us here with the Housing Channel. He's a housing advisor for the Housing Channel and has over 10 years experience in credit counseling and a lot of great information that he can provide. And we also have Audrey Rodriguez. She's a marketing and communications specialist for the Housing Channel. And Audrey, I'm sure that these links are on your website as well, aren't they?
Absolutely. We have our website page, Down Payment Assistance, where it lists all of our AHAP, AHA, City of Fort Worth, Plano, Irving, anything that you can think of in the DFW area. And that will be on our homepage, and you can navigate it through our programs page and our down payment assistance page.
I have to say you've done a fabulous job with the website.
I appreciate that.
It's very
still a work
useful.
in progress, but we are improving it every day.
Yes,
so.
you needed it. It's amazing, and it's very user friendly, and it's easy to get to where it's easy for everyone. It's easy for applicants. It's easy for realtors to get the forms that we need signed by sellers, and it's easy for lenders too.
Definitely, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you can talk more about that in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about assistance programs and a lot of other great stuff, listeners, so stay tuned. Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with the HREBA Show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on the HREBA Show, we bring experts in their respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for The Reba Show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on The Reba Show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with The Reba Show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on The Reba Show, we bring experts in their respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for The Reba Show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by...
Hello, you're listening to The Reba Show, Homeownership, Hear It From the Experts, live from Fishbowl Radio Network at Globe Life Park, Arlington, Texas, the American Dream City. My name's Leticia Gallegos, co-hosting with me.
Sal Villalobos.
And we have our guests here from the Housing Channel. We have Jesse Perez, who's a housing advisor, and Audrey Rodriguez, marketing communications specialist. Thanks, guys, again for being here. Before the break, we were talking about rental assistance programs that are available to our renters out there. If you missed that segment, you can go to the housingchannel.org website, and links are there and more information. So we're going to move on to housing retention, Jesse. So you're a housing advisor, and during your services, you provide information for homeowners.
Right.
Correct? Tell us a little more about that.
Okay. Well, obviously, I truly enjoy preparing people for home ownership, but a part of that, being a counselor, you have to service also people who find themselves who cannot pay their mortgages. So we do offer a home retention or for anybody who is having trouble, and it doesn't have to be for COVID. It could be just for any reason. If you cannot, you're finding it difficult to pay your mortgage, or you have not made some payments, you can reach out to Housing Channel and speak with a professional or a counselor to speak with you on what your options are. What I've seen a lot is that when people can't pay their mortgages or debt obligations, people tend to just not want to reach out to anybody or even the financial institutions, right? I think it's very instinctive. People just want to avoid that. And I'm here to say that it's not like that. There's people here to help you. You're not alone in this.
We're all guilty of that. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
If you don't think
exactly.
about it, it doesn't exist, right? So your job is to get people to talk and communicate about it.
Right. And to not avoid the bank and to talk to your counselor and to reach out to people who want to help you. And believe it or not, banks are not really in the business of taking your home. That's not really what they're there for. It's more work, it's more trouble, and really it's in everybody's best interest for you to become a homeowner and to stay a homeowner. So a lot of our services revolve around for people who can't pay their mortgages. A retention option, of course. We'll look at your finances and see if let's say because of COVID, I know that's something big, and there's an anticipation of people who won't be able to pay their mortgages because of COVID-19. But we'll go over your finances and see if there's any viable options that you can work that we can work with for you. We could even be a liaison of people of somebody in between you and the bank. You know, some people just feel very intimidated. They feel they may not ask the right questions or really understand the options. So when somebody first comes to Housing Channel, I always tell them there's always, we're here to help, and there's a solution for everything, and not to feel alone. And then we talk about options, whether it's I know forbearance is a big one. I know Sal he's just ready to just let loose on it. But generally speaking, people just need to understand, just in simply put, forbearance sounds good, and it could be a very important tool for many people to retain their home. But, depending on the lender, there's different terms and conditions behind the forbearance. Some of the months you didn't pay is due immediately after forbearance, and you got to find a solution rather quickly. And then with some lenders, it's put on the tail end of the loan, to where it's just put on the tail end. It's not due immediately. So depending on your situation, you definitely want to ask and get familiar as to what the terms and conditions are for.
It's not free money, is it, Sal?
It's not free money.
And I would check in with call the Housing Channel or another nonprofit organization. Find out what forbearance really entails. It's not a pass to not make your mortgage payment. Talk to your lenders. There's many homeowners that don't really need the forbearance, but it was given as an option, so they believe that is a viable option for them to weather the storm, and they really don't need to.
Right.
And there's some repercussions that may come with that if they don't do it correctly.
Right.
So call or go to the Housing Channels, go to HREBA, go to your nonprofit organizations, and get informed.
That's really good, and that's a good point, Sal, because sometimes banks send out like a skip a payment promos, right? Depending on your car loan or something like that during Thanksgiving or Christmas, if you're familiar with that. I know I got to skip a payment. And I think people are seeing it like that. Like, if I just say, I need a COVID-19 forbearance, I can skip 6 months or 3 months or a year. It's definitely not like that. It's definitely...
There's fine print.
There's fine print, but it is there to help people. But there are repercussions, like you mentioned, Sal. So, but, the bottom line is that there is help for people.
So Housing Channel provides this counseling.
Yeah, and it's absolutely free, and we provide it. We're here to really just help people get a home and also stay in a home.
Right. So listeners, if you have any doubt whatsoever, do not doubt that Housing Channel is a nonprofit organization. They're here to help you. They do not judge. They do not charge you any fees. They are funded by organizations like HUD, and so they can do the work in the community. So this is no joke. They really do a good job of that. So don't hesitate to call them. Again, there's their phone number, but their website, housingchannel.org, has all their information, right?
Right, exactly.
Jesse?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on. And let's talk about some opportunities for our listeners that are preparing to purchase, because there are our listeners that are having issues and they're having trouble. There's millions of people in this nation that are in trouble. But then there's also families that have done the work, have saved money, and it's still a great opportunity to purchase, right? So tell us about someone that it's still a good market to buy out there. So tell our listeners you're ready to buy. You know that you have a score that qualifies. What would be their first step, Jesse, to go to Housing Channel so they can get orientation on what programs you have available?
All right, and that's really the bread and butter for me. That's really providing. Well, the first step to answer your question is, if you've whether you've prepared for a home or you have not, because some people are like, well, I don't even know what the process is. I don't know what it is. Do I got to save money or do I not, or how much do I save? The very first step you want to take if you're trying to be a first-time homeowner or any homeowner is we go attend our orientation class. It is on Zoom. We used to have them in person. I personally like being in front of a crowd. I feel like I'm more engaged. But now it's Zoom, so now I get real close to the camera now. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's still good. It still has all the important topics of the content that we provide. So the first step is getting orientation on the process of buying a home. There's a lot of different processes, but when you buy real estate, there's only one way to do it, right? You got to get your finances together, get the money from the bank, and then work with the competent team to really help you get the home that you want and provide you with a lot of with all the information you're needing. I mean, with a lot of clients who they rather call me and ask me for questions rather than the realtor, and I don't know why they do that. I mean, I'm happy to answer, but overall, I like having that rapport. But orientation really does go over everything thoroughly. Then we also talk about down payment assistance programs. I know that's what everybody's kind of waiting to hear about. Is it a real thing? Is it make believe? Is it only for a select few people? The answer is no. I mean, I always tell people, if you want to become a homeowner, it's in everybody's best interest for the community to have more homeowners. It really is. It's better for the economy. It's better for our communities. It's better for your personal financial wealth. It's just good
for your family.
For your family, for your generations,
yes,
everything.
Exactly.
So the first step is coming to orientation. It'll answer a whole lot of questions regarding your approach to home ownership and down payment assistance programs that are available. Then from there,
now, all that information, again, is on your website.
It's on the website.
All your classes are on your website.
Just remember, if you're thinking about buying a home, get educated first on the process. This is a not-for-profit. We're not here to sell you or to steer you towards a realtor or a lender or anything or a specific home. We're just here to provide good content and information for people who are wanting to take on this challenge and this goal.
And what I like is not only are you counseling or educating the homeowner or future homeowner, but also the real estate agents and the loan officers based on your products and programs.
Right.
And if they don't attend those classes, they're not able to assist the clients that are coming in through those properties.
Exactly. The whole purpose is to make the whole process efficient. And after a while, for people who know the process and bought different homes, the processes shouldn't be too complicated once you have everything in order. And that's my goal with every single client, to make sure they're 100% confident in what they have to do, and even realtors. So for them to have the education and the lenders to know, how to get authorized if you want to be a lender that works with down payment assistance programs. For realtors who just want to get familiar with it, because for realtors it could be a very powerful tool to create homeowners and in the community and more business for the individual, for the real estate agent. So we offer education on a lot of platforms, but ultimately the end goal is more efficient, simplified, thorough, and it's all there to help. It's a win-win for everybody when somebody goes through it efficiently.
Exactly.
And can I jump in here
Sure.
and add something real quick? We actually have our next orientation tomorrow. The registration has closed for that one, but we always post our classes monthly, and we also send out a newsletter monthly
check Facebook,
to
that's
teach
where.
people about what's upcoming. And we actually have a new partnership with BBVA, and we're actually doing our virtual series now, not on Zoom anymore, but we're doing it through Google Meet. So again, those are completely free. Our website is /classes, housingchannel.org/classes. And yeah, we'll be posting those on the website and Facebook very regularly. So just
That's
look
how
out
I found
for
you.
those.
That's how I found out about the Housing Channel. I signed up. I saw the post, and I was new to the area. And you actually went to the same class I was in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
needed
I
a
saw
refresher
that.
after 15 years. No, I take a refresher course about every couple of years because the programs do change.
Yes.
So for you listeners, I'm Leticia and I'm a realtor, and then Sal is a loan officer, and so we host and co-host this show to bring you homeownership information. So thank you, Audrey, for that. And so basically, Jesse, you're saying that you do your vetting also. You vet, you talk to your prospects and you guide them, but then you also have a list of, I don't know if you want to call them preferred, but certified lenders, loan officers, and certified real estate agents that know your program.
Right.
And so what better guidance for a first-time homeowner than to have someone that's been certified and knows the program.
Right.
Because it's so important. I've seen a lot of things go wrong in a purchase of a property.
Yeah.
And so there's certain guidelines for down payment assistance, guidelines that the realtor has to know when they go show you a house. Because if the house doesn't qualify,
Right.
then you could go through the whole process
Yeah.
and not be able to purchase that home. So it's really important that you look at the list of preferred real estate agents and preferred loan officers for that you have.
And that's a real good point. And I'm not sure as to why that happens more often than it should, but boy, does it happen. You know, so if somebody is very interested and they feel they can qualify after going over the requirements for, let's say, down payment assistance, you know, once they speak with a counselor, you know, then they'll go to this very random lender that's related to somebody they knew who used to be their neighbor, blah, blah. And then the lender's obviously going to say, yeah, we work with down payment assistance. Yeah, sure. Then they're calling the office, so what do I got to do? But by then, at that point, you know, could we hope that, yeah, we could help you out get set up on a class, but that class may be next month.
Right.
And your client's trying to buy soon, you know, so that's a problem.
Is it also the lender and the individual loan officer and the lender, meaning the company, or is it just the loan officer that you're?
Oh, the loan officer is authorized, you know what I mean? But so
Right.
lender officer, I would mix those two words up, but the loan officer has to be authorized, and we have the classes for that to get them authorized to do so. Now, there's fine print with that too, you know, but typically we can't. But on the buyer side, it is very much important to make sure that you're reviewing all the information that's being presented to you as far as lenders and real estate agents that are authorized to work with it, because it will make it so much more easier. But before you get to that, you know, so you went to orientation, and then you know, before you get to the real estate agent and the loan officer, lender, you have to get counseling. Well, you don't have to, but it's highly recommended after you get the orientation. When you sit down with the counselor, this is kind of like a
counseling
It's a
session.
counseling session, but I don't want people to feel like it's like intimidatingly, like I'm applying for something. No, see it like a practice run, right?
Yeah.
I always tell people to feel comfortable because they come in, they're nervous, and like, relax. This is just me and you talking about your finances
Yeah.
and seeing what your best options are. And if you're mortgage ready, you know, great. And if you're not, there's areas where I see where you can improve on.
You give them a roadmap.
Then I give them the roadmap, the action plan to
Yeah.
be successful. Or some people are good to go, but they still come to counseling, and then I give them some advice on, let's say, improving their credit, just little tweaks. And then by the time they go to a lender, by then the score is a little bit higher, a better interest rate. So it doesn't hurt to speak with a counselor.
Yeah.
If it's a soft pull on your credit, right, it doesn't cost anything, and you're going to get the best advice that counselor can provide for your goal. And not just a home, it could be for anything. It could be if you want to buy your first home, if you want to just save money. Like, I don't care what your financial goal is. If you want to really make some forward momentum in your financial life, speak with the counselor. I mean, every counseling session, I'm like, oh, I hope they ask me like financial questions relating to savings or
Yeah.
retirement, or what to be more efficient with, or even different retirement accounts, like general advice. You know, I'm happy to answer any questions, any financial goal a client may
So
have.
I would imagine you're telling him it's not just about qualifying for a mortgage. It's because there's other things that we don't see on that credit report, other things that we don't see on their bill.
Or like the budget, you know,
Yeah.
how they manage their budget. You know, I really asked them, you know, what do you want in life? You know, I think a lot of individuals that I see, they know they want things, but in the back of the mind, they don't really pursue it because they think they cannot
They
get
don't
it.
believe.
They don't believe. And one of the first things I tell people, it's never a no. It's just a matter of time. If you put the effort in, it's
Yeah.
just a matter of time. So the minute you get that no out of your head, the possibilities open. You have your counselor here to point you in the right direction. And for a lot of people, if you put 100% effort, that house is going to happen. That car is going to happen. Your college, your kids' college tuition saved up is going to happen. Everything's. You got to have faith in yourself. And I think as a counselor, I try to get that no out of their head as soon as possible and make them believe in themselves.
That's great.
That's great. That's awesome. And so that all of that you just talked about.
For a low price of $15. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's absolutely free too.
You scared me there for a minute.
It's free. It's absolutely free. You know,
It's absolutely free to the purchaser.
Now
to
we
the
do
person.
actually have, if you want to do it self-paced and at your own convenience, we do have an online framework course that does have a small fee that can be found on our homepage and our classes page as well. But that's if you are ready to take care of all your education right up front, get it done in 3 hours, and then you're good to go. and
Yeah.
everything else is free though. Yes.
Yeah, because that certificate is required.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
So that one is required. So there's a fee because it's through frameworks like Audrey mentioned. But that's the only time you'll see us throw up a fee. That's it. Yeah.
That's when
it.
that's when after they've gone on through all the counseling, they've got
Right.
their plan, they've got their roadmap. Now they're ready to move.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
it's
ready.
also part,
Yeah.
and that's also part of the lending agency, like a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. They may require that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
It's not just your
Yeah, it's
that
not
down
just
payment assistance program,
Yeah.
but it's actually doing that loan.
It isn't like get certified by me. Then I hold the key to the gates. Now you can speak to any lender. No, it's not like that.
Oh man, I thought you were
No, it's
it.
not that easy.
that's Audrey.
like, yeah.
No, that's Audrey.
Yeah, and a lot of people. This is, and I hope our listeners are listening to this part because a lot of people, they'll do the frameworks thinking that I'll just skip to the third step and it gets me closer to approval. It's all it's required by some programs to have that certificate. The content is still very good, but there's no cutting in line. It's ultimately it is down to the individual to make the decision first, and then to actually act upon our advice to become mortgage ready. And then the certificate, it's good for themselves, but it's also required, like Sal mentioned.
Can I ask you a
Awesome.
question too?
We're going to take
Oh,
a
I'm
quick.
sorry.
We're going to take a quick break, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're
Was it
good.
an important question, Sal?
They're all important. That's okay.
What a question, right? What a question to ask you.
No,
When we come back from break, because we have to take a quick break, and listeners, if you have questions for Jesse or Audrey, please join the conversation. The number is 214-431-5032. Join the conversation with us. When we come back, we'll ask Sal's question,
Yay.
and then we're going to talk about the great properties that Housing Channel has out there for sale. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I was going to ask you where to get your shirt. I like the black shirt. No, I'm just kidding. No, a renter. We're off. Regarding the renter,
Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the REBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with the REBA Show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on the REBA Show, we bring experts in their respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for the REBA show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the REBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Hey, I'm Leticia. I've been a realtor for 15 years, and we bring you information from the experts.
And I'm Sal. I'm the co-host. I'm a loan officer for the past 20 plus years.
And we're with the HREBA Show, homeownership, hear it from the experts.
And here on the HREBA Show, we bring experts in their respective field to give you information as to the home buying process, if you're sustaining your home or if you're looking to sell your home.
Covering all the industry, lenders, realtors, title company, escrow officers, insurance agents, all volunteering their time to bring you information that you can use. Our guests are experts when it comes to home ownership, whether you're buying for the first time or whether you're maintaining or sustaining the home you currently have.
Or selling.
Home ownership, hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream.
Jump in.
Programming for the HREBA Show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington.
Hello, you're listening to the HREBA Show, Home Ownership, hear it from the experts. Here from Globe Life Park at the Fishbowl Radio Network in Arlington, Texas. My name's Leticia Gallegos, and co-hosting with me today,
Sal Villalobos.
and our guests today, if you're just tuning in, are representatives from the Housing Channel. We have Jesse Perez with, he's a housing advisor, and we have Audrey Rodriguez, the marketing and communications specialist at the Housing Channel. We've had a great conversation, everyone. If you're just tuning in, go back. We've been streaming live on Facebook. You can see the entire video and get some great information. So before the break, we were saying that we were going to talk about properties that Housing Channel has for sale. And this is a unique project. It's a huge project.
Yes, very big.
Very big. And Audrey, tell us about the project. Tell us the name of the project and all about it if you can.
Yes, if you haven't heard yet, we're the managers and the owners of Bel Air on Abram, which is an East Arlington townhome complex. We have about 10 townhomes sold so far. We actually have had just a price reduction, a very recent price reduction on 3 of our premier 3-bedroom homes. It's in the East Arlington area. It's part of a revitalization neighborhood program through the City of Arlington and Housing Channel. It's a partnership. And we actually just celebrated the homeownership of one of our neighbors, Yolanda LeBron, who is a veteran. She ended up qualifying for multiple down payment assistance programs, but there are only a few townhomes that have down payment assistance available with them. It's really considered a mixed income complex, and so we are really appealing to not only those people who are low income and can qualify for down payment assistance, but people who are, for example, working at GM, maybe the plant, the assembly line, maybe people who are in the entertainment district down in Arlington, anybody who is looking for a $200,000 range townhome for an urban and stylish, convenient lifestyle. We have a lot of new construction coming up soon. We thought it was going to be kind of in the spring, but we think it's going to be pushed back to 2021 with a dog park and a butterfly park. Everybody owns their own land underneath them. They have their own garages. It's something that we're really proud of, and we hope that more people catch wind of it.
You're going to have some commercial, a couple commercial properties there as well, like a store or so, coffee?
That might be something that we can look into later down the pipeline. That's not something that we have really considered, but dog park, yes. I know a lot of people are psyched about having their dog, explore that area. But yeah, we can have a later conversation about that. I think that would be a great idea, Sal. And we actually are just connecting on Facebook with a lot of our neighbors because they're part of the new HOA. And so we're trying to get them involved in community relations and starting town hall meetings for that kind of thing. And so, yeah.
I've had actually helped a couple. They were renting. They were paying much more than what it cost them to buy this beautiful townhome. And the reason was that they just, they were going to call Arlington home now, either Arlington, Texas, Arlington, Dallas, in that area. But they chose it for the proximity to the airports and to the highway.
It's close to the highway. It's close to the airport. It's right like 5 minutes away from the entertainment district in Arlington. So it's in a prime location. Yes. And BelAirOnAbram.com is our main website. And And we actually have a new in-house realtor that is managing all the properties. Her name is Natalie Winchester. She's with E.B. Halliday. And every link that I post on social media and our website is going to link back to E.B. Halliday's website, but all of the information is there for you if you're interested in Bel Air.
Okay, so they can also see the information on your website, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
BelAironAbram.com.
All right. And so, so the units themselves, you have some 2-bedroom, and then you have some 3-bedroom.
2-bedroom and 3-bedroom.
Okay. And is it true? I heard that you had a 3-story.
Yes, they're actually all 3-story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 stories.
All of them are 3-story. Even no.
Not all of them,
No,
but some of them are 3-story. I know
The
people are like,
the
"There's
3-bedroom.
stories." Yeah.
The
Yeah.
3-bedroom are 3-story. Okay, because there's like a little something up there at the top.
Yeah, because they're townhomes, so you get a lot of room, for a townhome. So it goes up to 3 stories, and like I really do like the layout, the way it starts and it transitions to the bedrooms up at the top. But yeah, definitely 3 stories. So it's pretty again because. How are you going to get the square footage in a townhome?
And
so
those rooms are huge.
Yeah.
They are
I mean,
spacious.
one room was like a
They even
almost
got like
a
a
dining
little
room.
Yeah, they even have a little room. What do you call those? Or the little where your pet can go in?
mud room.
Like a
The mud room.
The puppy.
Puppy, yeah.
The
Oh.
puppy
I call it
condo.
where you
It's
tell
a-
your husband to go when he's
Oh,
been
for the
bad.
pet.
Yeah,
It's
puppy
a
condo.
cutout. It's basically a cutout underneath the stairs
Yeah.
for your
I
dog
don't know.
or your
I
cat.
think that's cool.
Yeah.
Or for your kid.
Or for your kid.
Kids, husbands,
Don't
yeah,
call us.
husbands,
Don't
kids,
call us.
whatever.
Yeah, the kid likes, I was showing property recently, and the little girl, that's all she cared about was the under the
Yeah,
stairs,
yeah.
how much room was
Right.
under the stairs for her fort,
Oh,
because
that too.
kids
Yeah.
like the getaway,
Yeah.
and so that's really cute.
And Jesse and I actually just did a promo video. It's a virtual tour of our model home, 1936 Chieftain Lane. And so you can check that out on Bel Air's YouTube channel. We only have one video, but that's a really good one to start out and to
Yeah.
introduce you to the townhome complex. So if you're interested, you can go on the website and check that out. It's a good tour.
Can you buy the condo with how it's furnished? I love the furnishing.
No, but we were talking about partnering with an interior designer. Her name is Michelle Hobbs, and she does really great work, interior design in the Fort Worth area. And if you need any interior design consultations, she'd
Just
be
buy
more
the
than
unit
happy
and change
to
out
be
the
there
locks
for
before they get the
you.
furniture.
Oh, there you go. Change out the locks.
And she did all the furnishings for the model home.
Commercials without pay. Okay, so, all right, so what other properties do you guys have available?
So we have single family homes in Fort Worth, mainly in southeast Fort Worth, where our main office is, and off Morningside Drive. We have 2
And
projects.
those are rehab properties?
Yes. And we also have 2 projects coming up in the Irving area in Heritage Crossing in 2021. Not too sure exactly when that's going to be, but look out for that. And then we also have more plans to build on 2nd Street near downtown in Fort Worth.
Okay, and I should say that on those properties, they do have to qualify.
Yes, everything else you have to qualify. All the other single family home properties that Housing Channel owns, you have to qualify for down payment assistance. For Bel Air, again, mixed income, so about 10 or so are available for down payment assistance, but most of them are not.
Yeah. All right, so, and of course, you have all that information on your website as well. So let's move on to Hard Hats for Heroes.
Yes.
Really a project that you have going on really close to my heart, and I know a lot of people. So tell us about that.
Hard Hats for Heroes is a program that we just started last year. We actually had a kickoff press conference, and we invited a lot of our sponsors, including you guys, HREBA. Thank you for sponsoring one of our veterans' homes. But just to give you a little bit of background on the program, we were given seed money, initial grant money from Wells Fargo to help lower income veterans who need help repairing the exteriors of their homes. And we had about 4 veterans that qualified. You have to be in the Fort Worth area in order to qualify as a veteran to receive exterior repairs to your home. And one of our first veterans was Alfred Brown, and we also helped out Jimmy Harrison. Alfred was a Vietnam Air Force veteran who lives off of Morningside near our offices in the southeast part of Fort Worth. And we had a bunch of volunteers, including you guys, Hispanic real estate brokers. We had the National Bank of Texas help us out, repair the outside of his home. We were on the news. NBC DFW came out and covered the volunteer project with Wells Fargo. But we are looking for more team sponsors. So if you are interested in volunteering with our program, we would love to have you help one of our heroes, because we do need continuous funding in order to get the supplies, in order to fund those repairs. And we're also gearing up for North Texas Giving Day, which is on September the 17th. You can start donating to Hard Hats for Heroes on September the 1st. And again, we always give updates on how you can donate, how you can help us. If you're not prepared to donate, you can create a fundraising page for us and share that with your network. And also just, look out for volunteer opportunities with that program. A lot of our vets are just, you couldn't imagine how grateful they are. They express how grateful they are for the littlest paint job that we've done for them. I know Jimmy Harrison is one of our veterans, is 94 years old, and he's a World War II veteran. Probably one of, I don't even know how many World War II veterans are left in this world.
Not very many.
But he was super grateful, and it was really interesting to see the before and after of his home. And also he gave us some photos of when he was a World War II veteran long time ago, and then now. And you can see the semblance, but it's really interesting to know that you're helping out these veterans.
And the transformation is incredible. I mean,
transformation, yeah.
We were in two homes, and I mean, you cannot recognize one. I saw the pictures afterwards.
Yeah.
It was incredible. The other home, I mean, trees came down. They took, it was just, and it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt great.
Yeah.
I know everybody within our organization that went. I mean, we
Yes,
were supposed to go to one.
We were very proud to partner with Housing Channel on that project. And you can just imagine these veterans, strong men while they were serving our country, and to be in a position where they can't do what they want to do.
Right.
Can you imagine? I can only imagine how that feels. And to have someone come in and be their arms and their legs,
Absolutely.
to be able to do that, that's incredible. So that, I'm sure, is why they're very appreciative of what we did and what your project is doing. So I encourage you listeners to go again to the housingchannel.org website. I'm sure you have the link there for North Texas Giving Day, which is September 17th. And we, as an organization, also participate in that fundraiser. So thank you again. So
I have the direct website. It's
okay.
You can either go to our fundraising page for North Texas Giving Day. It's northtexasgivingday.org /housing channel, or it's also on our homepage /programs, and all the information about the two veterans that we've already helped is on that as well.
All right, so we've come to the end of our program, guys. Can you imagine?
What?
Time flies.
Just
I
started.
know. It's been great to have you both here. Thank you so much for making time to be with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We
Yeah.
we love your partnership and everything that you ask us to come do,
Yeah.
because if it wasn't for you, I think that a lot of our target demographic wouldn't know about these free services that we offer.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and
So thank you.
we're doing the same kind of work, educating people. That's our mission, is to educate, and that's why we're here. So here at the REBA Show, we inform and we serve. We bring you information about home ownership, whether you're preparing or sustaining the home that you're in, and also information that will help you become financially prepared. And our hope is that you will engage with us here at the REBA Show and become a loyal fan of the REBA Show. So please make a note to listen every Tuesday at 2 here at fbrn.us. at Fishbowl Radio Network. Again, thank you guys for being here. We are a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. We've been streaming live on Facebook. You can see a replay of the video on the REBA Show Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and see future videos. Please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at REBA Show. So this episode is also available as a podcast on the REBA Show page at fbrn.us, and you can also find it on our website at
What
the
is
REBA
our
Show.
website?
HREBAconnect.org. That's it. And you can learn about topics that we've planned for upcoming shows also on that same page. And if you'd like, we do not say no to donations. If you want to support this program, we will take your donation also at our website, our HREBAconnect.org. Click the donate button. So, if you have any specific questions for us, please email us, rebashow@rebaconnect.org. Again, my name's Leticia Gallegos. Thank you, Sal, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, I don't have to invite him, guys.
Nobody invited
Okay,
him.
so,
That's it.
so thank you for listening, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.